On the Weather Channel, we want to virtually take you to Corpus Christi, where it has been days of rain along the Texas coast. Now, a potential tropical threat lingering offshore out there. And here is what we're talking about. Invest 91L. There's also Invest 90L. We'll talk about that in a moment. But first, here's this. This afternoon, the visible satellite does show quite a bit of clear air. So this is the lack of clouds. You look up, blue sky if you're underneath this yellow line here, all of this black. We use a black map with the visible satellite, which really helps us show some of these small features here that really don't show up very well on infrared satellite. And if you had a different colored map, it would be really hard to see that. But this shows us there's dry air. That's good if we're hoping for no development, which we are. Unfortunately, the National Hurricane Center is giving this a 60% chance of development here. And if it's going to develop, it's going to happen tonight, because as we're going to see in a moment, this is going to be moving faster than this 2-day hatched area. But that's the standard here. You have the 2 days and the 5 days. So we look at the 2 days and the development area. If it's going to develop tonight, it's going to be somewhere within here. It could end up getting a name, Ana, the first named storm of the season. That's not a guarantee, especially when you look at what's going on with this. Not a lot of thunderstorm activity. The forecast does not show a lot of thunderstorm activity, but you can see an obvious uptick in showers during the overnight hours as it's moving onshore. Continues to move through Texas during the day tomorrow. And anytime with these tropical entities, just a heads up, they can always kind of have a mind of their own, and some of these storms may be just a little bit more potent. And while the rainfall amounts are not overwhelming, we're still going to see a pretty strong onshore flow. Beaches, possibly some minor coastal flooding, some rough surf and rip currents will be the big concerns out of this. And we can see winds generally maybe in Galveston up to 30, 35 miles an hour out ahead of this. If this ends up being a tropical storm, then we could see winds up to about 40 miles an hour or so. And then here is 90L, the other invest, this one in the Atlantic. So if you have interest in Bermuda, heads up in the next couple of days. This one potentially could develop here closer to Bermuda. So interesting, Jackie, 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks shy of the official start of hurricane season, and a couple things to watch in the Atlantic Basin.
Yeah, it's been more than 5 years in a row. We've had the A storm before the season started, right? Technically.
Right.
Mother Nature doesn't pay attention to the calendar, right?